So new for you tonight, a call for better conditions at state prisons. Simultaneous rallies were held across the state, including one here on the island. News 12's Kevin Vesey was at the demonstration outside the Nassau Courthouse in Mineola and fills us in now. Kevin.
Yeah, and Doug, there was a small but really passionate group of people protesting here in front of the courthouse steps earlier this evening. They're calling the conditions inside New York State prisons inhumane, and they say people will die if that does not change.
What do we want? Justice!
Protesters outside the Nassau County Courthouse demanding New York State take action to improve the lives of people behind bars. Pamela Neely was in and out of the criminal justice system for decades and says she suffered constant verbal abuse from guards.
They play a lot of head games like, oh, you know, you're gonna come right back if you get released. You know, you're gonna come right, you're no good. You're never gonna amount to nothing.
The Huntington woman taking part in one of several simultaneous rallies across the state, including in Albany and New York City. The protesters say cruel practices like solitary confinement should end. They also criticized a new rule that they say restricts inmates to 2 care packages per year from family.
This is really, really bad for those incarcerated. You know, we work with a lot of people who have been in prison, and these packages were their only source of joy, sometimes for months at a time.
Skylar Johnson is with New Hour for Women and Children, a Brentwood-based group that helps formerly incarcerated women adjust to life on the outside. He says fixing the state's prisons is a matter of life and death.
New York State needs to act. We have a humanitarian crisis behind bars, and if we don't do something, more people will die.
I'm not saying that jail is supposed to be a luxury, but it shouldn't be where a person takes their life.
So in response to these protests, the State Department of Corrections says the safety of staff and incarcerated people is a top priority. And Doug, they say those restrictions on packages are meant to keep everybody safe by preventing contraband like drugs and weapons.
Interesting, Kevin. Pamela, the woman that you were talking with, she was formerly incarcerated, right? What is she now doing?
Right, so she says she's actually gone back to college. She's studying criminal justice right now, and she hopes to one day become a paralegal.